finally brought it to you. Bound, mid-size hyper-naked beat aligned with the rest of the civilized riding world this year by renaming our FZ09 as the MT09. I'm sure we'll all miss the fuzz, but the master of torque is essentially the exact same ride. All the upgrades that were introduced in 2017 make the transition, traction control, abs and improved throttle curves, along with the 115 horsepower engine that made last year's model such a hit. When I covered the updated version, there was some question as to whether the range would live up to its potential. Well, having had around a year in which to prove itself, I'd say the 09 has acquitted itself admirably. Join me while I take a look at this ride from a fresh perspective. The twin headlight arrangement makes for an agreeable visage with an understated housing that seems a lot more organic, and a lot less transformerish, than the original. As minimal as it seems to the eye, it does manage to plow hole for the rider to tuck his or head into the low-effort cruising. Blackout treatment starts bright and early with achromatic touches at both ends of the forks and the triple clamps that hold them. It continues up onto the mirrors before moving up to encompass the frame beams and asymmetrical swing arm. Ergos are pleasant. The taller, flatter seat and handlebar pullback leave plenty of room to straighten up or lean into it, and the shoulders at the top of the fuel tank provide a convenient place to hang a knee. The seat itself rises 32.3 inches off the ground. Fine for an average-size rider, but the vertically challenged will be into tiptoe country here. Gotta say I'm loving the rear end, though it could be cleaner. I suppose you have to put the turn signal some damn where, and the combination hugger plate holder does a magnificent job at tidying the rear by offering a stock alternative to the typical hangy-downy mudguard. Too bad the blinkers aren't part of that assembly, but I guess you can't have everything all the time. The 2017 model saw some cosmetic improvements that proved popular with the masses, and the factory wisely left well enough alone with a direct carryover that fans of the line will instantly recognize. When last I looked at the 09 inches, there were still a lot of unknowns involved, but in the interim, many of the blanks have been filled in. And the general consensus is that unlike its predecessor, the new Gen 09 does indeed live up to its potential. The bones set the tone with a cast aluminum frame that delivers cornering performance while keeping the weight relatively low. Flicks and reversals benefit from the 425-pound wet weight, but it's the 25-degree rake and 4.1-inch trail that really delivers the goods to make the MT09 eager in the corners, yet stable enough to not be too squirrely on the straights. Wheelbase length measures out at 56.7 inches long, average for the genre, and the 5.3-inch ground clearance leaves ample room to lean into the corners for all you need, and elbow draggers out there. You know who you are. Also typical are the 17-inch cast aluminum rims that mount a 120/70 hoop up front and the 180/55 out back.